I'm Saman.
And I'm Sweekriti.
And you're watching the Pregame Diaries. Let's do a three-way clink.
Dating life in the industry. These girls are spilling tea.
You're watching the Pregame Diaries with Saman and Sweekriti. So as you can see, we have one extra person today. Our very first special guest.
We're doing our big one today.
We're doing our big one.
We got the guests.
Sure.
We got the 3 people. We got the 3 drinks. Big pregame. We graduated from 2 to 3.
Exactly. We're a threesome now.
Yes, we're a threesome. Okay. But today's episode is called the Astrology Diaries, okay? Which is why we have Aliou on. Do you want to explain your lore with astrology a little bit for us today?
Hi, my name is Aliou, and I have been through it with astrology over the past couple of years, so that's why I'm here.
Yes.
Period.
Thank you, Aliou.
Yeah, I think we can take turns kind of going with our astrology backgrounds. I'll just go first. Okay. So with my experience with astrology and stuff, so I'm from Nepal. So in South Asian culture, astrology and numerology and spirituality, it's all just very tied in with our religions and our culture. And I think a lot of like modern day spirituality and astrology, it's all rooted in like Hinduism and Buddhism. Yeah. So I basically have kind of grown up with all of these concepts throughout my whole life. And we take this seriously. Literally, South Asians, we use astrology to plan wedding dates, to plan special events.
You guys know, like the matchmaker shows?
Yes, like you can't get married with
thing.
someone unless you like do like an astrology
that's so
vibe
real.
Check, which is
that
so
is
real.
so fucking real. Like.
So yeah, so I basically have kind of grown with it my whole life, but it wasn't until middle school that I kind of started looking into it like myself. So I think by the time I got into high school was when I started looking more into like topical astrology. Definitely started with the pop cultures, zodiac signs. Yeah. But the one that so I'm most familiar with, it's topical or tropical. Tropical astrology, which is more like for the Western. But my family, they know more Vedic astrology, and I do want to kind of learn more about it soon, like in the future. But yeah, but I know more about tropical astrology and stuff, and also a little bit of numerology. So that's kind of my kind of like my lore. But I will say I feel like I'm kind of like in the middle where I'm definitely not a beginner, but I'm not like a super expert. Yeah. I know enough.
Who is though? Like,
that is
even
true.
The experts aren't the experts.
Also, like, it's like never ending. It's like a black hole.
Yeah.
The more you learn, like I started learning the houses, and then it's like the degrees, like
house music. Can we stop?
But I feel like I know enough to like explain astrology when it comes to myself and other people sometimes. But.
Yeah. Guys, also fun fact today, all the planets are aligned today. It's giving like, you know, like when you watch TV shows and like supernatural shows, and there's always that episode where either all the planets are aligning or there's some big eclipse happening and they're all crashing out. Like, I'm like, that's what I feel like today.
That's H2O. Like that scene in the
H2O. Super, I don't even know. I can't even think of a show right now.
It is so cool because we've been plotting for this for a minute, and today's the day.
Yeah, and today was actually the day it worked out, so it was meant to be.
We're all stars.
Only good things happen to the Pregame Diaries, yes. But now I guess we can get on my lore. A lot of you guys, well, if you're watching, have actually clocked me, right? Because fun fact, everyone, I am a tarot reader. Very fun secret. Oh, I've been hiding it. This is real. This is me. Like,
she's getting exposed.
I'm getting exposed. It wasn't really a secret, but I think with my social media, I keep every account separate. So Twitter was solely just for horoscopes, my tarot reading page and things like that. So yes, I do have a tarot reading account on Twitter, and people are like, oh, you have... I don't think I have a huge platform like on other platforms, but I also have a big platform on Twitter, and everyone knows how hard it is to grow on Twitter. Like, so it's definitely a big deal. Big honcho over there, okay? So, fun fact, Aliou and I actually ran that page together. We literally created it in 2019, and the only reason why I created the page was because I was at a flea market one day, literally random, because I was working at a summer camp, and we had like a day off. Yeah. And actually, Aliou worked there too. Yeah, for like a summer. But yeah, so we went out. We went to the flea market, and I saw oracle cards, and I was like, oh, I want to buy some goddamn oracle cards. I got tarot cards. Let me get some new oracle cards. You know, people love spending money. I like spending money. Okay, so we do that, and I'm like having a whole conversation with like the vendor, and she's like, what's like basically what I'm doing right now, talking about my background. I'm like, oh, I just do readings for like my friends and like people like that, like blah blah blah. She's like, you don't charge for readings? I was like, no, like why would I charge for readings? And she was like, you need to start charging, like. And I'm like, she spoke to me and I listened, mamacita. Like I went home, I was like, Aliou, we're starting a tarot page. Let's make the prices. And I literally was so apprehensive at first, but I'm like, if that woman had not talked to me, or if I had not been like, we running shit, we running a tarot page. I have like over 20,000 followers now. The page has over 20,000 followers, read for so many people. And I think it also helped us to, you know, grow our abilities and gifts, because we were constantly reading for other people, tapping into energy. Absolutely. And things like that. So I feel like that helped us get, you know, more psychic, more spiritual and things like that. Aliou honestly knows a lot more about astrology than me. A lot of people get confused. Like they think like the horoscopes that we post are like astrology, but we just channel the message through the signs. So it's not like, oh, we're using a chart or the stars or the sky to come up with these messages. It's like we're channeling the messages, but we're just channeling the signs that they are for. So a lot of girlies, when we first started, would get mad at us because we'll choose like 6 signs. That was like our go-to to create horoscopes for. And the astrology girlies would like block us, like the other accounts. To this day, I follow less than 200 people because the hoes on astrology Twitter, tarot Twitter are insane. Messy as fuck. They're insane.
I'm confused now. What do you mean by like you pick certain? Like, what do you mean by like channeling?
It's like what sign you pick up for. So it has nothing to do with like we didn't look at a chart, we didn't look at the sky to do that.
Down the list, like Aries, it's like whatever you were feeling.
Yeah, it's like whatever sign that message is coming up for.
And to add on to that, it wasn't even just signs. Like at some point in time, it would be like, oh, if you like saw like a blue bird,
if you're wearing blue right now,
like Leo placements in your chart.
Yeah, it's just like channeling. Yeah. But those are things that help. So we incorporated the signs just so people could know if the message was for them, because obviously like if you read a general ass message on Twitter, you won't know if it's for you. Obviously if it resonates, but if people see, and it's also clickbait as well, like if I see my sign, even to this day I do that.
Libra.
If you are like, I'm picking, like you already know the TikTok tarot readers, like they love them and hate them, but yeah, the girlies, no one directly like beefed with us, but I noticed that a lot of accounts would block us, and it's because they had a problem with, oh, there's 6 signs here, that's basically everyone, when no the fuck it's not. Like, and the thing we used to do too, you already know, like we will capitalize, like everything will be capital if we're picking it up strongly for one certain person. Like literally when you go to a psychic, when you get a reading, they ask you for your birthday, they ask you for your sign, so it is intertwined, right? Because
everything
that's your energy.
Even with like numerology and stuff, you still need to know your
still
date of
need
birth
that.
and, like,
so it was so annoying. Those bitches used to love to beef with. There used to be, if someone had a message, they'll be like,
they're so insane.
It's like personal. Like they take it so personally.
I've also, I feel like I have a pretty decent account on Twitter too, but my lore is different, where I started out as a One Direction stan account. That's how I got like 10,000 followers, because I was a 1D stan account.
You're strong.
I used to be
no, like they be beefing
me like 13 years old.
Picture, Zayn profile picture,
no profile picture.
and then
going to war.
And then obviously after the band broke up and stuff, my account went through an identity crisis. And then I got into high fashion Twitter in high school.
They like beefing.
That's horrible too. Yeah,
it is.
Like, where's anybody safe?
Like there will be so much drama for no reason.
Like it's a whole community. I'm like, you beefing in school, you beefing at home, and you're beefing.
That's what I love about Twitter. Is like there's so many different communities, but then we all be beefing
beef with each other.
But to this day, I've made a lot of friends through high fashion Twitter that I'm still friends with today.
Yeah, we've also like
pretty cool.
Made friends with our clients. We've made friends with other accounts. But again, like, we kept it cute. Like, we didn't follow a lot of people because not everyone's gonna agree with what you're doing, what you have to say, how you channel, or even how you do horoscopes or messages. When I tell you, someone will post like even like an astrology post, and they'll be like, "This is not accurate. What are you talking about?"
If it's not for you, then scroll.
It's so annoying.
No, people just take it too personally.
Like, it's
even
so,
on
they take
TikTok,
it
it's
so
like
personally.
okay, like I am a fan of the TikTok readings. I guess
We are as well.
because sometimes it resonates.
It
So
does.
If
It
it
resonates to a
then I will
T.
stay and listen. But
Yeah.
if it doesn't, I just keep scrolling.
Like
I'm
common
Yeah.
sense. Like
'cause
that's
I'm
what we're supposed
okay,
to be
well,
doing.
It's not meant for me. Like that's no
No,
big deal.
it's literally.
But if it's meant for me, then
I'm not gonna lie, there are some people that are blatantly ridiculous and that are doing clickbait, but we as readers,
it's always that your ex
and
is coming.
when I tell you, the Twitter girlies hate the fucking TikTok girlies because they're doing. No, I'm number one. I'm not even gonna lie. They hate them because they're doing it better than them. You can grow super duper fast on TikTok, and I've seen so many people do that, like grow their accounts from. But they hate them. But I'm like, the messages are actually resonating. It's
Yeah.
called an algorithm. Your spirit team will work with the
And
algorithm to push
I
the
was
message
gonna
towards
say,
you.
and I've been just seeing a lot of content where
Mhm.
people are saying, like, at the end of the day, your phone, it's like an electronic device
No, literally.
that you can literally communicate through the spiritual realms.
And that's very true.
Yeah.
Even certain psychics, like, they won't allow you to record the reading
Yeah.
because
It will
interfere with
Yeah,
it.
you
like,
have that experience where
yeah, it's like, dude, like,
Mhm.
they be so mad. I'm like, why are you mad at someone getting the bag?
Twitter tarot readers are pretentious.
Yeah, they are. Like,
they think that they're
are
the best,
stuck
but
up.
it's Twitter. Like, calm down.
And we never were like that. Like, we were very
No,
open.
that's just a Twitter thing.
Yeah.
Anyone on Twitter, like,
They think they're the shit.
Yeah.
Like, calm down.
even when I was on high fashion Twitter, like, everyone would, like, kind of make fun of, like, the Instagram girlies. But it's like, you're the same, though.
You're on
It's
Twitter.
exactly, like,
it's
pot
you're-
calling the kettle black. Like,
Yeah.
pot calling the kettle black. But yeah, that's our Aliou was actually the one who introduced me to, like, tarot and stuff. And I remember Samuel, my best friend, my other best friend, literally got me my first tarot deck for my birthday. I don't even remember which birthday it was. I think it was actually my 18th birthday when I left Binghamton. So literally, this is how it went. Aliou used to show me, like, remember Vanessa Samina? Shout out to Vanessa Samina. But we used to watch, like, you know how people are watching tarot readings on TikTok? We used to do it but long form on YouTube. So we used to
Oh
watch.
my god, I used
where
to
you
do
that
that
too?
too, actually.
I still do that to
Wait,
this day.
I need to do it
No,
again.
that actually just, like, released, like,
Like, unlocked a memory,
I
right?
used to do that in high school and, like, my
Yes.
freshman year in college.
And have you guys ever listened to,
Yes.
like, affirmations in high school?
Yeah, because you put me onto them.
Yup.
Yeah.
I'm like, we were all spiritual
I'm-
and we did not know.
I'm trying to think of, like, what videos I would do.
Mhm.
But yes, it would be the tarot ones, the
Yeah,
long YouTube
the
videos.
long ones,
And
you'll-
they'll lay
they'll pick a
everything, and then you
pile.
pick a crystal,
Yeah.
and then you pick
Yes,
something.
exactly.
And then you scroll down to the
that.
comments, and everyone's like, if you pick this, go to this time.
Yes.
Yup.
Yes.
Eating down.
I-
That's exactly
oh my
what
God,
it was.
The way I, like, actually forgot about
No, like,
Quick shout out. Stargirl, the
Yes, you
Practical
love
Witch,
Stargirl.
or Anita Serene, she's held me down for 5 years straight. Like, I'm telling you, she's predicted, like, job gains, job losses.
No, like, it's
future
literally
romantic
insane.
partners. Like, it's...
and it's
she's
like
better
you're
than
being
real
guided
readers.
to that video for a
Yeah,
reason.
it feels
Like,
that.
Yeah.
so I used to watch that. I went to Binghamton. I watched Vanessa Samina's video. It's like, this is how your September is gonna go.
Yes!
And she's
It was the monthly one.
yeah, it was the monthly
I
one.
feel like I might have watched these people. I
No,
don't know
you
their names.
you
Yeah,
most
you
likely
probably
did.
did.
It was like the monthly ones.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're talking about the same person.
I think so.
But we did that, and exactly what she said is exactly what the fuck happened. My life turned upside down, around, spin me around like washing machine cycle. Yeah, and that's basically what she was saying in the video.
Love, you know those those TikToks on your For You page that is like, what's it? Test your intuition.
Oh yeah.
Guess what
I don't be
color-
doing that because
I
if I
don't
get it
do-
wrong, I'm gonna get
I
hurt.
was just
I don't be
like, guess
saying-
what color crystal is in my hand.
I'm turning off my phone. Like, there's no
I don't be
way.
doing that because I don't be
I-
wanting to have a bad
I
night.
always get it wrong, but it's still it's
the
still
thought that
fun
counts.
to try.
I'm like, we can't do that as readers because if I dare wait to get that wrong,
We out of business.
we out of business. I must be that.
I do feel like I'm like really involving in my spiritual journey,
Mhm.
and it's like kind of been overwhelming me recently because like
Mhm.
I've been talking about this with Saman,
Mhm.
but I don't know what has shifted or happened
Ooh.
within the
We're gonna get into that with the solar return.
We are. Oh, that's guys. We're getting our solar return charts read, and we're gonna dive into some deep tea on this episode. So this is gonna be really interesting. You guys are gonna know our business.
So she's gonna be reading our charts and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm personally, I'm super excited. I've been waiting for this.
No, yeah.
I'm super excited to hear. But what I was saying is, I don't know, I feel like something shifted for me for the past 2 weeks or so, where like literally all of a sudden I'm just seeing angel numbers everywhere. It's like actually
that does
crazy.
mean something big is coming.
I mean, it's like
you're gonna see it for a while. It's not gonna immediately happen, but it'll come and shock you.
I used to see it a lot more often in the past, but I really haven't been seeing a lot of like numbers or anything it's been like a minute, like it's been months. But then all of a sudden, that's why I'm like, I'm feeling some shift happening. You're looking at me like, yeah.
She's about to get on your ass.
But no, I'm super excited for this.
No, yeah, I'm really excited.
So
for
we're
this
gonna get the
well.
tea, and then we're gonna look back at this video.
No, literally a year on episode season 3, season 2, whatever.
Super excited.
We should do a reflection episode. You have to come back for that.
We're gonna,
Sure.
But have you guys like watched like the Psychic Twins, and they used to read like all the YouTubers like Shane Dawson, Tana Mojo. You don't know who I'm talking about?
I think I know who you're talking
Those
about.
two
I just
twins,
never seen their videos, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. But anyways, back to things. So a lot of people from my personal life, like they'll because I changed my username to like Saman.com recently, and they'll be like, Saman, this is you, and I'm like, yeah, and they'll be like, oh my god.
No, literally in high school. You know what my fashion Twitter username was? It was Hopeless Dior.
I mean, that kind of eats though. I'm like, eats down.
That was my name. I was like, yeah, I'm Hopeless Dior. And I remember one time.
It's giving Diet Prada.
Yeah, exactly. You know what's funny? You know the model Alton Mason?
Yeah,
He was on high fashion Twitter back in the day,
Really?
like 2015. Yeah, he was in there making a lot of.
We literally ran into him at Little Sister, and I was like, "Is that Alton Mason?" Like,
no, when he started popping up, he was like getting canceled on high fashion Twitter because he used to tweet like a bunch of. It wasn't anything.
Not Alton.
Bad,
Please,
but
it was bad for Twitter.
Yeah, it was just giving fat shaming vibes.
I mean,
but like, whatever. Anyways, I'm getting off topic, but. No, but like I remember, but I had a personal account that was just my name, which is what like everyone I knew in real life knew my Twitter account through my personal one. I remember one time like I log in and some girl I knew tagged me in my Hopeless Dior fashion account
like,
in a picture, and
I'm
like, how'd you find this account? And then one time I found out a friend was following that account the whole time, and I had no idea who she was.
It's giving obsessed. It's giving why you're so obsessed with me.
Anyways, yeah, I love Twitter. But anyways, getting a little sidetracked. But
yeah, we grew our account by doing like literally when I tell you I work in social media for a reason, because I used to come up with the content.
No,
I used to be
like literally
this amount of horoscopes. We used to change. I used to be like, okay, this is doing well. We need to switch this. We need to do that. We need to do this.
Did you guys have any like viral tweets?
All of our tweets were viral.
It was blowing up.
Yeah, literally like we created such a good system. That's why we grew so fast and so well, because we had such a good system where every tweet was going viral. Celebrities were following us. We would do readings for like, I remember I did a reading for like literally someone in the NFL once, like verified. I could Google you NFL. Even like influencers will come to us for readings. Like we created that connection with Cruella.
No, I love like that so much.
Yeah.
Because to this day, I do think literally even having a One Direction fan account or just having a Twitter account, it teaches you a lot about social media marketing.
Literally, like,
and
so
much.
That's
what we're doing. So
no, literally, like,
really
we
fun.
had the plan, we had the schedule, post this time, post this, blah, 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 we'll change it up, blah, 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 this is doing well, blah, 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 and we grew that account very fast. Like, and it's hard to grow on Twitter, even if your tweet goes viral. It's, like, on another platform, like say TikTok, something can go viral and so many people will follow you from that. That's not how it is on Twitter. Like one tweet can go viral and that's your 10 seconds of fame. Like you're up.
My Twitter fame moments was like during COVID. I had a bunch of tweets blown up and I would open TikTok and you know how people used to like post tweets and just point the tweets?
Used to. They still do it.
I just don't see them anymore. And I would see my tweets blown up on TikTok and some dude is just pointing at it. But I kind of missed that. I haven't like blown up on Twitter in a minute because I stopped tweeting.
tweet more.
So I think I need to be on Twitter more.
Yeah, but we had like a little like falling out in like 2022. It's giving, we had a divorce. So Aliou wasn't,
I don't think
posting.
maybe more separation.
Yeah.
Divorce. Yeah.
Separation. So yeah, then I was the only one, posting on that page. So yeah, that's literally, again, people clock it. The page still grew. I took breaks because it's very hard work, like channeling energy. Even like, that's what I wanted to say. Like, I'm more into like tarot and stuff, and I feel that's my strength. And I feel like your strength is like both, like astrology. Well, you're not doing tarot so much anymore, but like you're really good at astrology. Like when I tell you Aliou would teach me things, even I would try to study things in astrology and I still won't get it. Like obviously I get it even more. I know the apps, like fuck CoStar. Sorry, CoStar.
No, I
but
don't
like
say sorry
don't
to CoStar.
no CoStar. You need time passages.
No.
Like when I tell you I know the apps, I know
Time
everything.
passages
It's
is
my
the
No, literally
app.
2 years ago, CoStar was getting canceled on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're always getting
Like
canceled.
every couple of months. How do you keep getting canceled?
I know.
Like-
It keeps coming back.
And
like
it's literally an astrology app. Like,
Yeah.
let's do better.
it's like time passages. So if you're watching, download time passages. That's gonna tell you everything
It'd be
about
eating you
yourself.
up. It really
Yeah,
be eating.
so that really helped me to learn like the houses and stuff, but I feel like that's as far, like I'll be teaching my, like when you did my return chart one year and you were teaching me about everything, I was like, when you told me to do my chart, I was trying to do it myself. I was like, Aliou, would you mind?
It's so interesting how astrology is like literally like math too.
Yeah.
No, it is.
Because
think about
it's
that
like
a lot.
it's like the ruler of your 10th house, and you got to go find that planet, and
Yeah,
it's
like,
really
it literally
it's very
is a lot of
technical
calculation. There's so many smaller, like how we when you go further in math and it doesn't become just numbers, it becomes
It's
letters
calculus.
and
Yeah, it's like-
all this stuff. It's
yeah.
like that's literally like, because
Yeah.
there's people only know as far as the houses and the signs. They don't know that there's aspects you have to pay attention to. They don't know that there's little things like
There's
your Lilith,
degrees.
the fortune. Like there's so
What you just
many.
mentioned before with the Vedic astrology versus
And
the
Vedic,
tropical.
yeah.
And there's also so much more besides
Yeah.
those two.
Yeah.
Like literally each, like most Eastern cultures and countries,
They
they
have
have
their
their own
own-
astrology.
yeah. And the thing is, people don't understand how much astrology influences society. Monday, Tuesday, all of that stuff.
It's all astrology.
It's because of astrology. Like,
It's interesting you bring that up because like my family, they take it so seriously where like certain days, like depending for each person, like there's certain colors you should wear on Mondays.
Yeah.
Like certain things that you should eat and just everything.
yeah.
And I feel like it's all kind of ties into feng shui too. It's feng shui, it's Chinese, right?
Yeah.
But there's like a Nepali kind of version as well.
Mhm.
And it's like basically the same concept and stuff. But it's like basically under the same umbrella,
Yeah.
you know?
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Where like even to this day, like I never face my mirror towards my bed because that's like not good to do.
Yeah.
I
Things
sleep
like
like that
that.
every night, but yeah.
But like there's still like some spiritual.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, feng shui is
Meaning.
very important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But
Yeah.
how I got into spirituality, first of all, I was always the kind of person who like never liked zodiac signs. Like I feel like growing up in middle
You'd
school,
have met
like
on
they'd
Hinge.
be like, "Oh, Capricorns work hard." I'd be like, "I'm lazy as fuck. Like, please leave me alone."
Let's talk about that because
No, like
they
I get
only
that.
know the surface.
Yeah,
It's super
yeah.
surface
Sun
level.
sign astrology
Like, it's
is
with-
No, because one thing they'll all say about Libras is that we're liars. I'm like, I don't really
Yeah,
lie like
I'm
that.
like, I'm literally the worst liar in the fucking world.
You can
like, because they only know that it's literally
It's-
with every, like, you can't, if you know nothing about math or if you only know what 2 + 2 is, you can't fucking do calculus or the Pythagorean theorem. Like,
yeah.
you have to
And
study.
I've noticed most people that don't really understand it or believe it, it's because they don't know
Know
that there's
anything.
more.
Exactly. That's what I was
They
getting
think like, oh, one sign can't describe me, and I'm like, yeah.
Because there's so much
Exactly.
fucking more. You have to study like you
don't,
do with
you don't
every
just have,
single
like,
thing.
one sign in your chart.
Yeah.
Like,
They don't take it seriously because of how sensationalized the basics are.
Exactly.
But it's like with everything you do, you have to study again, and there's so much more, and they don't realize how much it influences our society. The calendar, Monday, Moon Day,
everything.
like everything is influenced by it, and that's how society used to run. You think they had fucking clocks,
I mean,
like
the moon literally controls the tides.
Like, you think it's, and we have,
other...
we're like, what are we, like 70% water? Like, you think it's not, like, if the moon has such a pull on the ocean, which is a large mass of water, you think that it's not affecting the water in our bodies?
I also feel like it's misogyny because more
for
women
sure,
are into
for
astrology,
sure,
and
for
no
sure.
one takes women seriously.
Yeah.
Plus, women do have really strong intuition.
I'm like, Trump gonna take down Astro Cafe next.
So to go after co-star.
Trump is going for co-star next. He's taking astrology away from the woman. Like, no, but that's also why I like TikTok, because it's giving a lot of visibility to like the men. Like, what's his name? Nathaniel, the fucking astrology guy. You know who he is, and he's like, you know him, the white man, you know him. He has like a little beard, and he's like, it's getting really serious for the tourists this season. Like, I'm like, it's put. You know him. Call your. Give me a phone. Give me a phone.
It's ringing a bell.
But also, like, because of TikTok, I've learned so much more.
No, yeah.
Because it's so. I mean.
And you can learn it from like a 3-minute video, and you'll learn more than these fucking dum-dums
like,
who just think Libras are liars. Capricorns work hard. For me,
when I was really trying to dive deep in my chart, I would just like go on the TikTok search bar and be like, Virgo Mars, 10th house.
No, that's literally what I do too.
And then you find specific long videos describing it. And it's easy, and you get more information than just Googling it.
Yeah, I feel like it's easier as well, because it's like you're going, TikTok is literally school. What do teachers do? Teach. Like, it's literally like you're going to school. You're sitting in the class.
And a lot of the astrology information I've learned is literally through TikTok.
Yeah, I feel like it's easier for me to digest, and you know this fucking man.
Let me see.
Yes.
You know this fucking man.
Like, yeah.
Everyone knows this fucking man. Shout out to Evan Nathaniel Grimm. Everyone like
at Inner World Astrology.
Different first names.
No, Evan and shout out this fucking man right here. Like, tune in. He's down. He don't play because a lot. You know that girl that has like the Fashion Nova collab.
I know.
You know what I'm talking about? Yes, with the bangs. She's like, everyone has a problem with her because she's too positive. She doesn't talk about like the real shit, the nitty gritty, but he does. People have a problem with him too, but people are gonna have a problem with everybody.
There's also this other girl I see all the time on the Pregame page.
No, Alex?
I don't know, but I don't watch her just because
Does she have an accent?
I don't know. She always promotes going on like Astra, like the app.
Like, yeah, I know who you're talking about. No. I know who you're talking about. She does have an accent though.
Okay.
And she has dark hair. Yeah. Yes, I know exactly. She's like, going on. I don't like Astra. I don't like that app.
Because I'm like, why are for me? I'm like, you're promoting an app.
But I mean, like get the bag, because it's hard to get a sponsor. I mean, it's hard to get a sponsorship if you're doing astrology. And I feel like if they are promoting apps and things that are actually relevant to it rather than Fashion Nova. Like, I know it says Nova in it, but it don't got a goddamn thing to do.
No, it's funny because I'm like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And she's fitted up every video in her new
and then there's
Fashion Nova
also that
fit.
other girl with the red hair.
I feel like I know who you're talking about.
She's like, she does like astrology stuff. She has like bright red hair.
I feel like I know who you're talking about. I just don't remember her name.
She was like caught up in something too. I don't know.
They be beefing.
There's so much.
They love beefing.
It's just interesting.
But yeah, it's like, it's so easy to learn on TikTok. And again, it's moving from platform to platform. Like, we started out on YouTube because that was what was relevant at the time, and things like that. I'm like, we need to go back on YouTube. I'm like, I miss those videos. I used to sit down and tune in. Like, bitch, I was.
No, me too.
They're so
picking
good.
my pie.
It's that like this was during like COVID, and I was like really down bad for somebody. So half of the ones I would watch would be like the love readings.
No, me.
I mean, but we've been there.
No, fam, we all been. I'm like, when I get an influx of your exes, right now I'm getting someone is coming back. They miss you so much. You guys are pulling each other in right now. You both miss each other.
I truly do. I truly believe in the For You page reading.
No, I believe in them down.
Most of mine, like, we send our screenshots of our For You page back and forth, and most of mine recently have been like career.
Mine literally say podcast on them. I'm like,
mine's been saying like creative projects.
No, like mine be eating down.
I remember the first time I realized one was super accurate was when it was some random one of this guy's gonna text you, and immediately in the middle of that reading, this guy texted. I didn't want him. I didn't care about him. he texted me, and I
No,
was like, "Y'all not
that
playing."
literally happened to me too. It
No,
was like
it's-
someone's gonna send you
No,
a
like
text. coming back. I'm like, hold on, let me check my phone.
no, I've never.
They were notifications was off,
Literally,
and they texted me.
that's crazy. But I've literally like never really paid for a reading.
Mhm.
But my first time was a year ago.
And I recommended her to the reader. Love her down. She's actually not
Just
reading right
because
now.
I was in a situationship with someone, and obviously, instead of communicating and talking to them like a normal human being, I chose to get a reading.
No, I'd be
Yeah.
crashing out. I'm sorry. I'd be paying. I'm sorry. Well, I don't do it. Let me not lie.
And it was pretty accurate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I love that. I love
no,
her.
No, she said that we were like past life lovers or whatever.
I hate when they talk about
Which
stuff that don't
I'm
have nothing,
I really
nothing to
do
do
know,
with
like, that
what's going on
boils
right
my
now.
blood.
I
Come
could have.
on.
Who knows what?
Yeah, that's really like I appreciate it, but girl, I need to know the now, the nitty gritty. I need to know what's happening in this life, mama. I
And
don't
then,
give a fuck.
no, and it's true because she said that we met via the internet or like
Yeah,
a
she
dating app or
clocked, like,
something,
dating
which is
app, like,
true.
yeah.
And then she said he's like a hoe, and I was like, oh,
Oh wow.
yeah.
She
But
was in
She's
there.
I'm such a
But-
fucking hoe.
But no.
I love it.
yeah, but I do need like a proper reading. That's
Yeah,
not
get-
lovey-dovey,
I always
yeah.
like even like obviously I'm a reader, but I don't really read for myself because if you're reading for yourself, you're there's a lot of bias. Like when I see a card, I'm like I'm backing up the
No,
cards.
I will literally, if the sun comes out upside down, I will flip it back up. Like, it's
Yeah,
literally
I'm
that
like
simple.
I'm sorry. So I do really get like getting other readings, but my consistent readings that I get are like about how my month is gonna go and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I was crashing out, so. I used to get like love readings, like Aliou knows, because I used to be like, Aliou, read for the situation for me, and it's about the worst man on fucking planet Earth, and I'll be like, sometimes the answer is right in front of you, like,
You know when you ask the same question to like the tarot
and the
cards
tarot,
over and
they
over?
get mad.
They
Yo,
get mad at you?
Anklet, sorry, I'm gonna have to just call
okay,
her that
just
this
say
episode. Anklet used to ask me about that. We already know who 1,000 times, and not even I would get mad. The cards would get mad. Bitch, you asked me to shuffle this 3 days ago. It said that's absolutely the worst person on earth for you. That's not the person for you, and you're like, no, like do it again.
They
Like,
find new ways
I'm
of saying
like,
the same thing. To
the cards are
like,
tired.
Also, if you feel like you need a love reading,
Yeah, it's like that's
that man is
not-
probably not for you.
Yo,
That's
literally
advice you
the
could get.
advice.
That's-
I'm like,
all it
if
is.
you could get one good takeaway from this episode is if you feel the urge to go get a love reading because
even
you're not
before you even become something, that means you're not comfortable in the connection. Like,
No, like we
It's
can really talk about
l-
that.
just-
That's literally if
Red-
you have
that's-
to ask.
if you just have the urge.
Yes.
then that's
if
it.
you have the urge, if you cannot ask him
Them?
And
the
communicate.
same question, you can't.
No,
it's
that's
not,
literally
that's
facts.
not it.
I'm like, even
sorry.
in
Yeah.
my last partnership, because usually like, but this is like a fun lighthearted thing, but I still feel like you shouldn't do this. Like when you start a relationship, especially as a reader or someone spiritual, you want to ask like. You have the urge to ask, how is the relationship going to go to the cards and stuff. But I'm like, even you doing that is you being unsure about the connection.
Mhm.
That's why I have not done that because I'm not
Yeah.
dating people
Yeah,
that
'cause
I
you-
would have to
I
question,
mean,
you know?
yeah, you're more likely to do it if you're like anxious about
Yeah.
it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Literally, you ask tarot or you ask divination or you go to astrology when you are anxious about something.
Yeah.
I actually
Or
have a
when you-
tip for that. This was something I did in my last. Instead of asking like how they felt about me or how
Yeah.
this was
'Cause
gonna
if you
go,
can't
I would
fucking
ask.
them.
I would ask my the cards like how I felt
Yeah,
about it.
I do
like,
that as
how
well.
That's a good
I
idea.
want these things
Because
to
that
go,
helps you
like-
to get
That's a good
clarity.
idea.
That you're talking
Yeah.
I
directly
mean,
to your guides.
If you're asking a reader if this man loves me, he
Bro.
probably does not.
we used
We
to
hated
get the
when people did that.
crazy
There was this one girl who would come back to back, night
back to
after
back
night
to back
after
to back to
night.
back. And we used to no tea to her, but
Crazy.
she used to feed us.
She was nice, but she gave us way too much money. Like, it was crazy. How you gonna pay me the same amount again?
And it
to
will
get
be the
same
craziest question. So he's cheating on me with 5 women. How do each of these women feel? How does he feel for all of those
answer? With
women?
children.
With children, this and that.
Wait, can I ask you? Can you turn the gear off?
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that
Sorry.
was on.
I'm like, it's getting a little too toasty.
But the thing
Thank you so
is,
much.
we don't like when we do that. We don't really like because it's very invasive to tap into another person's energy. So
Yes.
we would like refrain from like doing that. We'll just phrase it more to things that are relevant to the person asking. Like, if you cannot ask another like, first of all, if someone's cheating on you with 5 women,
Babe,
why
let
do
that
you
man go.
what more do you need to know about the situation?
What are you
bro?
paying for exactly? What do you want me to tell you?
Like, that was the reading, mama. Finding out that information was the reading.
No.
Like, that should
Can I just say, I'm having so much fun. We need to do this.
oh yeah,
again.
I'm like this is
not enough.
No,
for
You're
me.
having fun listening to this girl's trauma.
No, just because like my hyperfixation for a while has just been astrology.
no,
Mhm.
yeah.
So this is just feeding my soul. So
No,
nicely,
like,
you
We
know?
haven't even
We
gotten into
haven't
the
even talked
readings.
about like astrology or even like the readings yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so much community. So if you ever have a question about astrology or want to, like, just go on TikTok. Literally Google your question. I'm like, lately I've been hearing about, number one, human design. There's so many subcategories and subsections, like human design. I don't know if it's human design, but you can literally find out, like, when you're going to get married, and you can compare it to other people's chart. It's, like, so
Yeah, I don't know the
many
name, but
things.
it's like a circle chart, and there's like circles.
I
and
think it is
numbers.
part of human design, though. But I don't remember exactly what it's called. But
point
yeah.
is, there's so many.
Yeah.
Like you could probably spend your entire lifetime researching, and
people
you can
do.
still, and it still won't be enough.
Yeah.
No, speaking of that, spending your whole lifetime, something I've been like, this is, I think, I got into astrology professionally, seriously,
Big money.
in 2019,
Yeah, I
and
feel like
it's been,
what was it in 2019?
it was pre,
There was so
pandemic.
much change.
Yeah.
that
So a
occurred.
lot
Like
of-
the world woke up in 2019.
yeah,
Because I literally
Wait,
had a
that's when I
spiritual awakening,
that's when I
and it was
started
traumatic.
looking into tarot readings.
Yeah,
too.
everyone did.
Yeah.
Again, we
Mhm.
all watched the same.
but if we're the
YouTubers,
same
YouTube
age,
videos.
then it could be
it
high
was
school.
a universal
It could be.
thing. Everyone woke up.
Plus,
then.
2019, that's when I moved to New York, and
Mhm.
that was my start of my freshman year at FIT.
We
So
need
it
to
was like
look
a lot
into
of
the
changes
astrology of
happening.
2019 because I feel like that's such a significant year. Like,
Mhm.
No, like
So much
I feel like
change.
I've lived a lot of lives 2019.
Yeah,
It was
2019,
like a
like-
lot of change.
and everyone has that one situationship from
Oof.
2019 that's just like that was just a crazy year.
Yeah.
like, but yeah.
No, but yeah, it's like, I forgot what you were saying about studying astrology for life.
Mhm.
Like, something, now that it's been 6 years of me being into astrology now, I've been really turned off by pop astrology, like more so, not even like just sun signs, but like going through TikTok and seeing astrology observations and people saying, oh, if you're an Aries moon, you run fast, like stuff like that. And like, I don't know, I've been really wanting to get into like Vedic astrology, like you
Mhm.
mentioned, because those people, like,
I've
it's an
heard,
art
It's
like,
form.
very you can find
it's-
out who you're gonna marry, the name.
No, like no, my mom
so
knows
accurate.
everything.
Yeah.
My mom already knows when I'm gonna get married and stuff. She tells me every day.
No, like,
She might need to look into my chart, low-key.
So how to call?
No,
hit me
but
up.
no, because literally, like growing up, like literally, like back in middle school and high school, and at this point, I don't really know that much about astrology. I just know the basics, right? And I would tell my mom, like, "Oh my god, I'm a Libra." My mom's like, "You're not a Libra. That is not
Yeah,
your sign."
Vedic
Oh,
is-
'cause you're not,
Because
you're not.
Everything is like different. I think in Vedic, I think I'm like a
It's
Virgo
one
or
sign,
something.
yeah.
We're
I'm a
Virgos,
Virgo,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
But it's all different. But
I'm
yeah,
not no
it.
fucking Virgo.
No, that's they made me
Oh,
look
no, wish
Aquarius.
that
I
on
said
anyone.
no.
No, but yeah, it is really accurate, which is why I want to like read more into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only reason why tropical people don't understand it is because they're still looking at it through a tropical lens. Like, we're over here like, I don't want to be a fucking Virgo. Virgo is not the same thing as...
It doesn't mean the same thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean the same thing. So it's a whole bunch
Yeah.
of research that you need to look...
Mhm.
Again, us being ignorant, we were just talking about how people only know the fucking sun signs,
And
and then we're like,
yeah.
I don't fucking want to be a Virgo. I want to
And
wish that on my
also-
worst enemy.
I
And
don't want to
also
be
like
Aquarius.
stuff
though.
like Vedic astrology specifically, it's been around for thousands of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it literally like
No, that's
it's
really
giving
why...
like from like the ancient
an
civilization.
art form,
That's
like,
really why I don't get why people don't believe in this stuff, because it's like that shit has been there for longer than
thousands
you
of years.
It's been there for longer than time.
Brain. Like,
like,
you think that doesn't have an effect on us if it's been like we can't even comprehend that, and you think that that's not having an
Yeah,
influence on
because
us?
a lot of it is rooted in literally Hinduism and
Mhm.
Buddhism, and Hinduism like it's been around for a while.
Yeah, and a lot
No,
of
but
them.
I'm even talking about like the stars, the sun, the solar system.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
You think that could just be
Like-
here for this long and not have an effect?
But you know, like a
on
lot of
everything?
Western like people
Oh.
like to label it as superstition.
I
and,
know,
like,
yeah.
Anything that's not Western is not real.
And the
I
thing
know.
is, like with religion and stuff, it's all like even
religion.
Islam, all of that. They all look to the star. Like we
It's to
pray
the
5
stars.
times a day. Why do we pray 5 times a day? It's like everything is. I don't understand like the ignorance in like religion and why people can't understand or tolerate or accept other religions.
Yeah.
It's because it basically is all coming from the same belief. It's just subsections of the same thing. Why are we praying 5 times a day? Why, like, the specific times we pray are significant? Why?
Yeah.
Because of the sky.
Yeah.
No,
It's
yeah.
like
No, and the Islamic calendar follows the moon.
it does.
Like, but they
you can't pray on your period, on your cycle. Like
Mhm.
it's like so many things are.
So we have that in our culture too.
It's like
Yeah.
everything is
interconnected.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, hope we didn't piss off anyone with that.
I don't think
statement.
so. I feel like
Yeah.
it's very valid.
Yeah.
And my take is one thing that annoys me is like a lot of like very like westernized spirituality. It's literally rooted from what I've been saying, like South Asian culture and religion, and white people specifically
And
love to
and
brand
you know
it
why?
as this newfound like
Because
oh
they
my
believe
God.
their focus is the self, and South Asian culture and other cultures
community.
focus on community, and
Yeah.
that's exactly why.
Like, even like yoga is a great example.
I'd
Yeah.
like to
it's-
shout out. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'd like to shout out this one video essay I watched that was called "The Capitalism of
Everything.
what was it, Buddhism or spirituality?" And it
Yes.
just ate. It was like it explained everything that you guys just talked about.
Like the ladies on Twitter who are calling themselves witches, but they have Trump supporter in their bio, and
It's not very
Trump,
witchy.
Well, it's
Oh my
like,
god, the
what?
white women that are like, we are the daughters of the witches you couldn't burn.
He abs-
No, bitch, y'all ancestors one were burning other witches. Like, what are you
no
talking
way,
about?
Like,
no way.
You are not the daughter.
Like
no.
you're the daughter of milk. Anyways. Anyways. No, it's literally because of the self. It's colonization. Like
It
that.
is.
It's
It
literally
absolutely is.
a generational
It's been
wound.
colonized.
Like
Yeah.
their ancestors have been colonizing, and
Mm-hmm.
just because it's not like openly allowed now, it's
Yeah.
still a generational wound. So they're gonna find anything and take that
No, literally.
and own it, try to own it, because
Yeah.
the self. I'm like, people need, like, we need to like find out the lore of, like, not even to call out white people, but like why they're like
we've been
that.
calling out white
Yeah,
people.
sorry, the state of the country right now, I have to call out white people, but
I low-key feel like
of like why they're like that, because that's a generational
I think
thing.
colonizing tendencies is just in the blood. Like
Yeah.
it's like a
Yeah,
generational
it's literally
thing.
a generational
That I
wound.
do think white people, they need to break that generation curse themselves, otherwise
Yeah,
it's like
because
within
it's
them.
I'm like, notice that, like, even today, like, obviously slavery, segregation and stuff, hopefully still, because the way I'm going, but that's not socially acceptable, so they're taking the next best thing.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that they can take, they
Yeah.
will take.
They're gonna culturally appropriate, you know?
Yep.
And if they can't sell it, they'll deem it worthless.
Literally.
Literally.
Wait, I'm actually so intrigued you said that, the capitalization of spirituality.
Yeah, the
Because that's literally the opposite, you know?
I'll find it.
That's actually so interesting. But I think we should get started.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of
Do
yapping.
you have anything else?
I'm just gonna wrap up how I got into it really quick. Not even how I got into it, because that's not really important. Everybody gets into it or they don't
Yeah.
at some point in time. But I feel like my journey with it, there was one point, I think 2 years ago, where like I was just too deep into it, and that's kind of what I wanted to touch on.
Spiritual
to warn people.
psychosis.
Like, I wouldn't call it psychosis,
Psychosis.
but like I was seeing angel numbers everywhere, and if I saw 666, it would like ruin my day. And like I was
And
just
666
so
isn't
into-
even a bad angel
It's not.
number.
It's
Yeah.
not. I was just getting too many tarot readings, and I just was
Yeah, everyone.
not living in this world.
Yeah.
I was living in a spiritual.
And we're
world.
here for a reason, so you need to be here.
Yeah, you
Obviously,
need to
there's
be
a spiritual
grounded.
I
plane
understand
and
all of
spiritual
I
world, but
think-
you can get lost in that while you are living your journey as a human. Obviously, like, spirits, like, if you were meant to be a spirit right now, you would be a spirit. It's so easy to get, like, what's spirited away? That's literally what that movie is basically saying. Like, she's getting lost in the spirit world and losing herself.
I think with spirituality and anything, it is easy to kind of get lost in the sauce. So I think it's important to, like, ground yourself.
Yeah, and I'm not even going to say just with spirituality, because I have a lot of religious people in my life, and I see them do it all the time, too.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
They'll just get so lost into, like,
and
morals and ethics that they don't enjoy their life.
You ever seen someone do a 180 in their life? They're like a regular everyday person, well, whatever that means to you, and then they all of a sudden super. It's because something traumatic happened to them, or they did something so bad that they feel they have no choice but to turn to religion and turn to God, because that's who can forgive them, because they cannot forgive themselves. They get to, like, you seen that girl? There was this girl on this famous TikToker. She had literally 4 million followers. She joined a cult. It's like, a lot of this happens because people are lost. So make sure to literally, like, ground yourself. We're here for a reason. We get that we have the 5 senses. We have all of these things that we can experience. We're here to experience. If you're not experiencing it, you're going to be lost. Like, literally point blank.
So yeah, just be careful and ground yourself.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I just wanted to disclaimer, you know, and also I already mentioned this before, but everything that you see online, especially when it comes to astrology and especially when it comes to pop astrology, you have to take it with a grain of salt. Like, you guys are talking about learning about, like, the placements in, like, the houses, and that's great and gives you good information, but, you know, we're more than that placement. We're a whole chart, and it depends on the aspects, it depends on the time, it depends on so many other things as well.
If
so
you're
it's
gonna
like,
do your research, do your research.
Exactly.
I mean, you can have the same placement as someone, but it's still gonna be completely different.
And a different warning I had, looking up things like that is kind of like eating junk food, the same way that TikTok is. You'll never be fully satisfied because you won't have the full chart put together.
That's really interesting, actually. That's a good. We're really eating up these, like, metaphors. Okay.
We here. So who wants to go first, Saman or Sweekriti?
Sweekriti can go first.
Oh my god.
Okay, so before we get into this, a solar return is basically a chart that you get every birthday. Every birthday you get a brand new chart that tells you how the year is going to go. And it's basically when the sun returns into the exact same position it was in when you were born. For example, I'm a Capricorn, so when the sun is in Capricorn, when the sun is wherever it is, January 11th, I get a new chart that year.